Okay, so first of all, I need to find out what the first day of the month is. And in order to do that, I'm going to use the end of month function. And this here will be the date. And then for the number of months, I'm going to put -1. And this will get me the last day of the previous month. Then in order to turn this into the first day of the current month, I just need to add 1 to it. Then I need to find out what day of the week this day is on. So I'll start by changing the formatting, and I'll add 3 D's in here and then a space, and then I'll be able to see that this day is a Wednesday. Then I need to find out what the Monday just before this is. And in order to do that, I will use the weekday function and select this date here. And then for the return type, I'm going to choose option 3. So the numbers will go from 0 for Monday through to 6 for Sunday. And then close brackets and enter. Then I can take the first day of the month here and subtract the weekday in order to find out what the Monday just before the first day of the month is. And then we can test this by looking at other months. So if I change this to April, now we can see that the 1st of April is a Saturday, and that's weekday number 5. And when we subtract 5, we get back to Monday. And if I change this to May, the 1st of May is actually on a Monday, and so we get 0. And so the date doesn't change, and we stay on Monday, the 1st of May. If you want to start your calendar on a Sunday, you need to choose option 2 here, and then you will always end up on a Sunday. But I want to start on a Monday, so I'm going to undo that. Then I'm going to combine these all into one formula. So I'll copy this part here and go back up here and turn it into a let function. And we will make this the first day of the month. And then the calculation needs to be the first day of the month minus the weekday. And the cell reference here needs to be replaced with the first as well. And then close brackets to close off the let function. Then I can delete these 2 cells here, and we will test this by looking at another month. And we still end up on the Monday just before the first day of the month. Now that we've got the first cell sorted out, we need to get all of the other days as well. And we'll do this using the sequence function. And the number of rows is going to be 6, and then the number of columns is going to be 7, because there are 7 days in a week. Then the start is going to be this date here, and then the step is going to be 1, because we want to increase by 1 day each time. Then I need to fix the formatting for this and make the columns wider. And now we have all of the days. The next thing that we want to do is get rid of all of the days for May at the beginning and July at the end. And in order to do this, I'm going to use an if function. Then I'm going to put the month function around all of this. And I'm going to say if the month is equal to the month of this date here, then I want it to show me the date. So I'm going to copy the sequence function and paste it in here. But then if the month is different, I don't want it to show me anything. So I'm going to put 2 quotation marks with nothing in between, and then close brackets and enter. And now we have gotten rid of the days for May and also the days for July. The next thing we're going to do is change the formatting of these dates. So I'm going to take the sequence function here and wrap the text function around it. And for this value, we are going to format it. And I'm going to put D inside quotation marks. And this stands for day. And so it will turn the date into just the day. So this is the 1st of June, the 2nd of June, and so on. Then we want to combine these two formulas together. So in order to do that, I'm going to copy the if formula here and go back inside the let formula. And I'll put a comma here and then Alt-Enter to get onto a new line. Then I'll paste in the if formula. Then I can copy the sequence formula here and do another Alt-Enter, and I will turn this into a value. So we'll call it sequence, and then I'll paste this in and then put in another comma. Then I can replace this part here with sequence and also replace this part here with sequence as well. Then this part here is only being calculated once, so I can copy this and I can paste it in here to replace the B5 cell reference. Then I don't need this part anymore, so I can delete it. And then we'll press Enter and delete this here. And it is all still being calculated correctly. And we can check this again by changing the date, and everything updates. Then the next thing that I want to do is combine the numbers with the headings. And in order to do that, I'm going to use a VSTACK function. And I'm going to select all of the weekdays at the top and then select the array and press F9 in order to force it to calculate and become actual values. Then I can put in a comma, and for my second array, I'm going to select the function that is producing all of the numbers. And now I have the headings and the numbers combined. Then I'm going to take the let function here and copy it and then paste it inside the VSTACK formula. And now these two formulas are combined together. And I can now delete this part here and drag this upwards. Then the next thing that I want to do is add in a heading that shows the month and the year. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the text function and select the date here. Then I'm going to format this as 4 M's in quotation marks, and this will show me the month. Then in order to get the year, I'm just going to use the year function. Then I want to put this inside the VSTACK formula, so I will copy this and I will use Alt-Enter to put in a new line. And here I need to use the HSTACK function, and I'll paste in the text function in order to get the month. Then I'll use the year function in order to get the year. Then I need to close off the HSTACK function and then add in another comma and then enter. And now I have the month and the year at the top. Now I want to get rid of these error values here, and in order to do that I have to add some more stuff into the HSTACK formula. And this is going to be quotation marks with nothing in between. And I need to put in 5 of these because I have 5 cells. And now these have turned into blank cells. Now that I've got the formula set up, I want to turn this into a LAMBDA formula. So I'm going to put LAMBDA in here and then put in the date. And that's going to be my only parameter. And all of the rest of this is the calculation. Then I'll copy the date and I will use it to replace all of the B2 cell references. Then I need to close off the LAMBDA formula at the end, then put in another set of open and close brackets. And then in here I need to put the B2 cell reference and enter. And we're still getting all of the same results. So now I've set up the LAMBDA formula. I can copy all of this, except for the open and close brackets at the end, and press Escape to get out of that cell. Then we'll go to Formulas and define name. and I'm going to call this calendar. Then in the refers to box, I'm going to paste in the LAMBDA formula that I just copied, and OK. And now we have a formula which we can use. So if I type in calendar, I can then select this date here, and it will give me the calendar for this month again. And I can also change this, so I can put in a date inside quotation marks. So the 7th of the 6th, 2021, and it will get me the date for June 2021. And I can also put in today's date, just using the today function, and that will get me the calendar for this month. And I can also put in the date using the date function. So let's make this 2022, and we'll make the month August and the day 16. And then this gets me the calendar for August 2022. Now the LAMBDA formula will only work inside of this workbook, so I'm also going to turn this into an autocorrect option. In order to do that, I need to get rid of all of the line breaks here. So any place where I've pressed Alt-Enter to get it onto a new line, I need to delete that. Then I need to select all of this time including the open and closed brackets at the end. And we'll copy this and press Escape to get out of the cell. Then go to File and Options and Proofing, and then Autocorrect Options. In the Replace box, I'll type Get Calendar. Then in the With box, I will paste in the formula that I just copied, and I will add this as an autocorrect option, and OK, and then OK again. And here I can type Get Calendar and enter, and it will turn into the LAMBDA formula. Now at the moment it's still linked to the B2 cell reference at the top, but I can change this to be whatever I want it to be. Okay, so in this video I have shown you how to make a calendar using a LAMBDA formula in Excel, and that is everything.